Hey everyone, hope you all are doing well in this crazy ass energies that we are in right now post the eclipse of March 29th. It's been a lot of planets hanging around in Pisces. That's what's creating all this ups and downs that we are experiencing right now. Anyway, I wanted to personally touch base with all my listeners. I'll be doing some series of voice notes like this going forth so that there is a more personal touch to the podcast. Otherwise, it's just AI based podcast with a packed learning system. You see, there's a lot of depth and breadth of knowledge which is being shared. I'm making it with the help of artificial intelligence and voice notes. Um, the reason being it can pack in more knowledge, although I have to, kind of see each and every draft of what it's cooking up because as much as we like to dream of that artificial intelligence is the new heaven on earth or something like that, it isn't. It needs to be polished a lot. It makes a lot of errors, more errors than we choose to, at least at the moment. So I have reviewed all the drafts, just so you know. It's not like it is blindly published using artificial intelligence and a voiceover. So just pay attention, take notes, and I hope the learning is beneficial to you guys, whoever is listening, whoever is learning from these podcasts. Okay, so this particular voice note is about the Panchanga system. Now, this channel, as you might have realized, is more focused on the self and how the self is embodied in the human personality. And therefore, I'm taking a modern psychological approach also, bridging the Myers-Briggs model and the NLP model and the four temperaments model, all kinds of model, Enneagram model. There are lots of different kinds of bridges that I have tried to build in conjunction with the Vedic astrology. That is bringing it to the zodiac, bringing it to the nakshatra specifically. Probably this is the only channel which has got the largest number of nakshatra devoted to it, but it is only from the personality aspect point of view because the soul, as much as there are so many people like to talk about soul, the soul is an abstraction. It is embodied only through the human personality. Whenever a soul has to arrive here, it has to arrive in the physical form, in a particular lineage, in a particular family, race, culture, and so on and so forth. So it is better that we use the self as embodied self within the shield or within the womb of personality itself. And that's the study and that's the effort here in this channel. So the interest of the young person who's coming and visiting this channel would be best served by understanding the personality of what drives them subconsciously, what drives them as a person, the innate drives, what you unconsciously are moving towards proactively, reactively, and so on. So I suggest when you are studying this Panchanga series, which is what this voice note is all about, I suggest when you study the personality using these podcasts of this channel, first always begin with Panchanga. Always, always, always. Because the Panchanga is the angular study of sun and moon in your chart. The main two luminaries in the astrology is sun and the moon. So we have the two cycles of the sun and moon, right? The Krishna side, which is going towards the waxing moon, the waning moon, and Shukla side, which is the waxing moon. So it goes between Amavasya and Purnima, the two cycles, 15 days of the moon cycles, ending in full moon and new moon respectively. So study the angles between sun and moon and why this is important. It is not almost, it is distinguishing between the soul, that is your sun, and the moon, that is your mind. What is the distance, so to speak, angular distance between your mind and your soul? That is the study of Panchanga. And it starts with the Vara, as you have seen in this playlist. This whole playlist, I'm sticking this video there. The entire playlist of Panchanga, including all the case studies of celebrities to help you understand that better, how it plays out or played out in their lives, is to see which day of the week a person was born, that is the Vara, then the Tithi, Yoga, and Karana, which is the manifestation of the angles between the sun and the moon, and then finally the ascendant nakshatra. These are the five elements: the Vara, the Tithi, Yoga, Karan, and the nakshatra. Ascendant nakshatra is what I am considering for the purposes of these studies. So always study the Panchanga elements first and then move on to the nakshatra part and the other playlists. Okay. Then move on to the subconscious part. Because the Panchanga elements are, in my opinion, at least what I have seen, the most neglected part of Vedic astrology. And it's probably one of the most important guidelines because the Panchanga element as it is in your chart is for your life. It is not dependent on Mahadashas. It is not dependent on specific time periods in your life. It is throughout your life. Doesn't matter which dasha you're running or what planets are in your chart and how they are positioned. This is the Panchanga importance. So the self as personality first do the Panchanga analysis and then move on to the subconscious and the NLP and the eclectic astrology part of the channel. Okay. Make sure you do that first. Take care. Watch this entire series. I hope you take notes. I hope you learn a lot. And if you are having something which you want me to bring forth with the podcast, just put it in the community tab. Take care. Be safe.
Conscious Astrology Navigating Tithi, Ashtami. Hi, welcome to Consciousness Podcasts. In this season, we analyze the Hindu Vedic calendar system of Panchanga with respect to consciousness principles. We continue with Tithi, the emotional body, which plays a crucial role in understanding your emotional patterns and personality traits throughout life. Today, we explore Ashtami Tithi. Let us begin. Ashtami Tithi overview. What is Ashtami Tithi? Ashtami is the 8th Tithi, lunar phase of the waxing Shukla Paksha or waning Krishna Paksha moon. It occurs when the moon is 96 degrees ahead of the sun in the zodiac. This Tithi represents intensity, transformation, and the ability to balance opposing forces. It is often considered a phase of inner strength and resilience, associated with navigating extremes and emerging more balanced. Personality traits. People born on Ashtami Tithi are diplomatic, balanced, and often excellent negotiators. They possess the ability to handle extremes in life, be it emotional highs and lows, relationships, or financial matters. Their calm, level-headed nature allows them to mediate conflicts effectively. However, this balanced demeanor can also give rise to sarcasm and hidden frustrations, which, if unaddressed, may create internal turmoil. They tend to experience life's extremes, often oscillating between abundance and scarcity, success and setback. Despite these ups and downs, Ashtami-born individuals are generally able to maintain stability in their personal and married life, although extramarital temptations may test their commitment. Astrological significance. In a chart, Ashtami Tithi signifies the emotional need to find harmony amid polarities. This Tithi represents the soul's ability to grow stronger by embracing duality and finding peace within contradiction. Ashtami-born individuals are naturally inclined toward transformation and can emerge stronger from challenging life experiences if they embrace balance and self-awareness. Consciousness principles for navigating Ashtami. 1. Consciousness brings polarity back to neutrality. Consciousness allows us to experience opposites, joy and sorrow, success and failure, but finds peace in neutrality by not holding on to either extreme. Application. Ashtami individuals often find themselves navigating life's dualities. Consciousness encourages them to avoid emotional entanglement and instead find empowerment in neutrality. Practice mindful detachment by observing emotions without immediately reacting to them. Reflect on both successes and setbacks as temporary experiences rather than permanent states. Meditate on dualities, e.g., light and dark, to reinforce the idea that opposing forces can coexist without conflict. 2. Consciousness thrives in transformation. Consciousness expands by embracing transformation and growth through change and adversity. Application. Ashtami-born individuals are often placed in circumstances that challenge their inner strength. Consciousness invites them to view these moments not as punishments, but as catalysts for growth and renewal. Reflect on past challenges and identify ways they led to personal growth or new beginnings. Practice transformative journaling by documenting emotional lows and reframing them as stepping stones for resilience. Engage in symbolic rituals, such as burning lists of worries or old fears, to signify emotional release and transformation. 3. Consciousness balances action with stillness. Consciousness finds power not only in action, but also in stillness, using reflection as a way to process and integrate life's experiences. Application: Ashtami individuals may become overly active, seeking to fix every situation. Consciousness reminds them that rest and reflection are equally important for maintaining balance. Schedule regular pauses for quiet reflection or meditation to process emotions. Practice mindful breathing during moments of heightened stress to center the mind. Reframe rest as a vital part of success rather than as wasted time. 4. Consciousness expands through emotional integrity. Consciousness seeks authenticity in emotional expression and does not suppress feelings for the sake of maintaining appearances. Application: Ashtami-born individuals may use sarcasm or humor as a defense mechanism to mask deeper emotional pain. Consciousness invites them to express their true feelings with honesty and vulnerability. Engage in open conversations with trusted friends or partners to express emotions directly. Practice journaling to give words to complex emotions rather than resorting to humor or avoidance. Develop self-compassion by reminding themselves that vulnerability is a form of strength, not weakness. Suggested consciousness actions to overcome Ashtami challenges. 1. Neutrality meditation. Visualize two opposing forces merging into a calm, balanced state to reinforce emotional neutrality. Symbolic release rituals. Write down frustrations or fears and burn the paper to symbolize emotional release and renewal. 3. Pause and breathe practice. Incorporate 3-minute breathing exercises during stressful moments to maintain composure and balance. 4. Authentic expression practice. Share one genuine feeling or thought daily with someone trustworthy to build emotional integrity and connection. By aligning with these consciousness-aligned actions, Ashtami-born individuals can harness their strength and resilience to navigate life's extremes with grace and balance. This allows them to maintain harmony while embracing transformation, turning life's challenges into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Conscious Astrology, Navigating Tithi. Hi, welcome to Consciousness Podcasts. In this season, we analyze the Hindu Vedic calendar system of Panchanga with respect to consciousness principles. We continue with Tithi, the emotional body, which plays a crucial role in understanding your emotional patterns and personality traits throughout life. Today, we explore Navami Tithi. Let us begin. Navami Tithi overview. What is Navami Tithi? Navami is the 9th Tithi, lunar phase of the waxing Shukla Paksha or Wani, Krishna Paksha moon. It occurs when the moon is 108 degrees ahead of the sun in the zodiac. This Tithi symbolizes strength, tradition, and an unwavering commitment to family values, heritage, and duty. Navami is often linked to courage, resilience, and the protection of legacy. Personality traits. People born on Navami Tithi are deeply bound by tradition and family values. They take pride in upholding customs and often play pivotal roles in carrying forward family legacies. They are sensitive, compassionate, and non-confrontational, preferring to avoid conflicts whenever possible. However, their strong connection to tradition can make them hesitant to assert themselves, causing them to struggle when standing up for their personal needs and boundaries. They may feel conflicted when balancing their sense of duty with their individuality and aspirations. Astrological significance. In a chart, Navami Tithi represents the emotional need to honor tradition and protect familial bonds. This Tithi highlights the challenge of balancing self-respect with the desire for harmony. Navami-born individuals often grow through learning how to claim their rightful place without fear of judgment or disapproval, developing inner strength as they navigate their devotion to tradition and self-expression. Consciousness principles for navigating Navami. 1. Consciousness values connection without conformity. Consciousness honors connection and togetherness without demanding conformity. It integrates diversity while maintaining individual authenticity. Application. Navami born individuals often feel torn between fulfilling familial expectations and pursuing their personal goals. Consciousness encourages them to foster connections without sacrificing their individuality. Reflect on which traditions align with personal values and which ones may need reevaluation. Practice self-advocacy by expressing preferences and needs without fear of rejection. Reaffirm self-worth with affirmations such as, I honor both my roots and my growth. 2. Consciousness thrives in boundaries as well as bonds. Consciousness nurtures healthy connections through clear, compassionate boundaries. It recognizes that boundaries foster respect and strengthen relationships. Application. Navami-born individuals often avoid confrontation, fearing it may disrupt family harmony. Consciousness invites them to view boundaries as acts of love rather than rejection. Practice setting small, compassionate boundaries to reinforce emotional well-being. Reframe boundary setting as a way to nurture relationships rather than disrupt them. Identify moments when silence feels like self-betrayal and practice honest, respectful communication. 3. Consciousness finds strength in self-assertion. Consciousness grows stronger through confident self-expression. It seeks to harmonize personal truth with collective needs, finding ways to contribute without losing individuality. Application. Navami-born individuals often hesitate to assert their rights or desires due to their commitment to peace and tradition. Consciousness encourages them to step into their own power while contributing to family and societal harmony. Practice small acts of self-assertion, such as sharing opinions in family discussions. Identify areas where compromise may no longer serve emotional health and take steps toward change. Visualize positive outcomes that arise when self-expression is balanced with mutual respect. Consciousness sees tradition as a foundation, not a limitation. Consciousness honors the past while embracing new experiences and perspectives that foster expansion and growth. Application. Navami-born individuals may feel overly attached to tradition, fearing that deviation equals disrespect. Consciousness invites them to view traditions as evolving foundations rather than fixed limitations. Reflect on the original purpose behind family customs and how they can be adapted for modern growth. Participate in cultural or family activities with a focus on creating meaningful, personal connections. Embrace the idea that honoring heritage can include personal reinterpretation and creativity. Suggested consciousness actions to overcome Navami challenges. 1. Self-worth affirmations. Repeat affirmations such as, I deserve to stand in my truth while nurturing harmony. 2. Boundary building exercises. Practice saying no in low-stakes situations to build confidence in maintaining boundaries. 3. Honoring the self ritual. Create a ritual that celebrates individuality, such as lighting a candle while journaling about personal milestones. 4. Family dialogue practice. Initiate open discussions with family members to express thoughts and ideas, reinforcing self-worth and communication. By aligning with these consciousness-aligned actions, Navami-born individuals can navigate their loyalty to tradition and family while standing firmly in their own truth. This allows them to create harmonious, respectful relationships that honor both collective bonds and individual aspirations, fostering a life of authenticity, strength, and fulfillment. Conscious Astrology Navigating Tithi, Saptami. Welcome to Consciousness Podcasts. In this season, we analyze the Hindu Vedic calendar system of Panchanga with respect to consciousness principles. We continue with Tithi, the emotional body, which plays a crucial role in understanding your emotional patterns and personality traits throughout life. Today, we explore Saptami Tithi. Let us begin. Saptami Tithi overview. What is Saptami Tithi? Saptami is the 7th Tithi, lunar phase of the waxing, Shukla Paksha, or waning, Krishna Paksha moon. It occurs when the moon is 84 degrees ahead of the sun in the zodiac. This Tithi represents protection, balance, and disciplined action. Saptami is often associated with a structured approach to life, symbolizing the courage to step into leadership roles and navigate challenges with composure. Personality traits. People born on Saptami Tithi are disciplined, protective, and loyal. They often act as a shield for others, standing firm in their beliefs and values. They thrive in structured environments and routines, but may struggle with flexibility and adaptability. Saptami individuals are known for their sense of duty and often make sacrifices to ensure the well being of those around them. However, they may be resistant to change and prone to feeling burdened by responsibilities. Additionally, they may experience significant life shifts that require them to leave their comfort zones, such as moving away from their place of origin to achieve success. Astrological significance. In a chart, Saptami Tithi signifies the emotional need for structure, protection, and resilience. This Tithi represents a balance between action and stability, highlighting the importance of adaptability alongside discipline. Saptami born individuals often excel in roles that require them to create order and security, but they must learn to embrace change as part of their growth journey. Consciousness principles for navigating Saptami. 1. Consciousness seeks resilience through purposeful discipline. Consciousness finds strength in disciplined actions aligned with its higher purpose. This discipline fosters resilience and a sense of inner security. Application. Saptami born individuals are naturally disciplined and focused on maintaining order. However, they may become rigid in their routines, fearing chaos or unpredictability. Consciousness invites them to practice purposeful discipline that supports resilience while allowing for flexibility. Reflect on the deeper purpose behind routines to ensure they align with personal values and aspirations. Introduce small, intentional changes to routines to practice adaptability. Use affirmations that reinforce resilience, such as, I remain steady even in the face of change. 2. Consciousness finds balance between protection and freedom. Consciousness seeks to protect what matters while fostering growth and freedom. It recognizes that true security comes from trust rather than control. Application. Saptami individuals often take on the role of protector in their relationships, which can lead to feelings of burden or over-responsibility. Consciousness encourages them to balance their protective instincts with the ability to let others grow independently. Practice delegation and trust others to take responsibility for their roles. Set healthy boundaries to prevent overextending in relationships or work. Reframe challenges as opportunities for others to learn and grow rather than as burdens they must carry alone. 3. Consciousness seeks freedom and growth. Consciousness expands by embracing changes as opportunities for growth rather than disruptions to stability. Application. Saptami-born individuals may resist change, preferring to stay in familiar environments or routines. However, life often pushes them out of their comfort zones to foster transformation. Consciousness invites them to see change as a path to freedom and self-discovery. Reflect on past experiences where change led to positive growth. Embrace the idea of calculated risk by trying new experiences in controlled ways. View transitions, such as moving homes or changing jobs, as part of an evolving journey rather than as losses. 4. Consciousness finds strength in rest and renewal. Consciousness values periods of rest and reflection as essential components of resilience and sustained success. Application. Saptami individuals often equate rest with inactivity, fearing it may lead to stagnation. Consciousness teaches them that intentional rest restores energy and enhances focus. Incorporate restorative activities into daily routines, such as nature walks or meditation. Practice mindfulness during rest periods to cultivate presence rather than guilt. Set aside time for reflective journaling to process emotions and recharge mentally. Suggested consciousness actions to overcome Saptami challenges. 1. Daily pause and breathe ritual. Pause 3 times a day for mindful breathing to create moments of calm amid responsibilities. 2. Delegation practice. Identify one task each week that can be delegated to someone trustworthy, reinforcing the practice of letting go. 3. Adaptability exercise. Introduce a new activity or modify a routine once a month to practice adaptability and foster openness to change. 4. Grounding affirmations. Use affirmations like, I trust the process of change and grow stronger with every step to build emotional resilience. By aligning with these consciousness-aligned actions, Saptami-born individuals can transform their disciplined nature into a balanced approach that embraces both structure and freedom. This allows them to fulfill their protective roles while nurturing personal growth, resilience, and adaptability in all areas of life. Conscious Astrology Navigating Tithi. Hi, welcome to Consciousness Podcasts. In this season, we analyze the Hindu Vedic calendar system of Panchanga with respect to consciousness principles. We continue with Tithi, the emotional body, which plays a crucial role in understanding your emotional patterns and personality traits throughout life. Today, we explore Shashti Tithi. Let us begin. Shashti Tithi Overview. What is Shashti Tithi? Shashti is the sixth Tithi, lunar phase of the waxing Shukla Paksha or waning Krishna Paksha moon. It occurs when the moon is 72 degrees ahead of the sun in the zodiac. This Tithi signifies courage, action, and integrity, often linked to leadership, responsibility, and resilience. Shashti Tithi is associated with strength, directness, and a deep connection to nature and justice. Personality traits. People born on Shashti Tithi are honest, blunt, and hardworking. They speak their minds, often without sugarcoating, which can lead to admiration as well as criticism. Their leadership qualities are strong, and they are known for their dedication and sense of responsibility. However, their direct nature can sometimes be perceived as harsh or insensitive. Shashti-born individuals are deeply connected to the natural world and often find solace in outdoor environments and projects that protect or improve their surroundings. Astrological significance. In a chart, Shashti Tithi represents the emotional need to protect and nurture through bold actions and clear decisions. This Tithi highlights the importance of balancing assertiveness with compassion and reminds Shashti individuals that their strength is magnified when paired with empathy and mindfulness. Consciousness principles for navigating Shashti. 1. Consciousness seeks integrity through authenticity. Consciousness thrives when actions align with inner values and truth. Authenticity fosters inner peace and inspires others through genuine expression. Application. Shashti-born individuals are naturally honest and action-oriented, but may struggle with how their directness is received by others. Consciousness encourages them to stay authentic while being mindful of their words and tone to foster deeper understanding and respect. Practice compassionate communication by framing honesty with kindness. Reflect on how actions align with core values to ensure consistency between beliefs and behavior. Balance assertiveness with curiosity by asking questions before making judgments or decisions. 2. Consciousness expands through courageous adaptation. Consciousness finds strength in adaptability and resilience. It navigates challenges with a sense of purpose rather than fear or rigidity. Application. Shashti individuals are known for their unwavering determination, but they may become resistant to feedback or change. Consciousness invites them to embrace adaptability as a strength rather than a compromise. Embrace constructive criticism as a tool for refinement rather than rejection. Explore new approaches to problem solving by stepping outside of habitual patterns. Focus on responding to unexpected challenges with creativity rather than control. 3. Consciousness nurtures through protection and service. Consciousness naturally nurtures and protects by fostering safety, growth, and collaboration. It finds joy in selfless service that uplifts others. Application. Shashti-born individuals often feel a protective duty toward others and the environment. However, this protective instinct can sometimes become overwhelming or overbearing. Consciousness encourages them to approach service as an act of empowerment rather than control. Delegate responsibilities to foster collaboration and reduce personal burnout. Support others by encouraging independence rather than creating dependence. Engage in acts of service that align with personal passions, such as environmental projects or community leadership. 4. Consciousness embraces stillness as a form of strength. Consciousness is not solely defined by action. It also finds power in stillness and reflection. Pausing allows for clarity, renewal, and intentional action. Application. Shashti individuals often feel compelled to stay active and productive, which can lead to burnout or frustration when outcomes are delayed. Consciousness invites them to embrace moments of rest as essential to sustain strength and success. Incorporate regular pauses throughout the day for mindful breathing or quiet reflection. Reframe rest as a form of self-discipline and resilience rather than weakness. Practice grounding exercises, such as nature walks or meditation, to center energy and release tension. Suggested consciousness actions to overcome Shashti challenges. 1. Kindness journaling. Reflect on daily interactions and note moments where kindness could enhance honesty. 2. Adaptability challenges. Take on tasks that require flexible thinking, such as creative problem solving exercises or learning new skills. 3. Service with boundaries. Commit to one supportive act each week that encourages another person's independence rather than reliance. 4. Nature based mindfulness. Spend time outdoors in quiet reflection, engaging with natural surroundings to reinforce a sense of peace and purpose. By aligning with these consciousness aligned actions, Shashti born individuals can harness their leadership and resilience while cultivating greater compassion and adaptability. This allows them to create meaningful impacts not only through their actions, but also through their ability to inspire, protect, and nurture with wisdom and grace.